Hello and welcome. We are going to be doing some fire scrying as well as a tarot reading. So the fire scrying is going to be kind of like a collective message, and then the tarot reading is going to be two piles. But we will be pulling some cards for the fire scrying. So, wow, that's wild. The blue flame. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's literally a blue flame. So number one, what I'm seeing is like a bowl that is protected by wisdom. I heard that, protected by wisdom. And I'm seeing that it's kind of like a skull, kind of like a cranium. And there's something about know that your wisdom or your brain is protected or something like this. Sparks are going to be flying within you. The wind just blew something in my window. Know that the sparks are going to be flying within you. Know that the burnout is only going to be healing itself. Know that you have all the answers. You have all the answers within you, and the wisdom will always be brought to you. The wisdom that you need. And you know what's funny is that this is the deck we're using today. Know that there is nothing that anyone can ever take from you. For you, I'm seeing like an eternal flame. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, wow, it's going pretty wild right now. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of those, the eternal flames within the world, where it's just a flame, a natural flame out in the wild and it never goes out. You are something like this. You are something like this. And even if you feel that it is not there, even if you feel that your flame is not there, it still is. For example, you do not see blue flame. You do not see blue flame, but it's there. It burns. It does something. You are like this. You are like this. I always love whenever the cards get stuck in the box. I feel like it's a pre-pull. So we have fertility and cleansing. There's something about, don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't think that you need to have every single little plan, every single little idea figured out. Sometimes ideas come to us and we don't know how to bring them into fruition. But when the time comes that it is time to start bringing into fruition, time to start taking the steps, know that that will come. Know that you do not need to have it figured out right now. You do not need to have your ideas that you have in your mind figured out right now. When the time comes for it, it will be there. The steps will all of a sudden be being revealed to you. Something about Maleficent. You know, she never never understood why that boy came and stole her wings. She never understood what the reason for it was, what the reason for him wanting to be king was, what the reason for her wings being stolen was, for her being so different from the rest. But at the end of the day, she helped free her and her woodland creature friends from the discrimination that the kingdom placed upon them, without knowing that that's what her purpose was, without knowing that that's what her pain was for. She fell in love with a boy so he could get that close to her and hurt her in that way, but it was all for a greater purpose. She knew one day she would get her wings back, but she did not know when. She did not know how. Yes. There's some type of direction that you are taking. Not many people think of it. Not many people think of it. There's some type of direction that you're taking, that you're already on the trail of. That not many people see the reason for. Not many people understand, but in the end, people respect it and they end up following your steps. In the end, people respect it and they end up following your steps because they see how you literally took a shot in the dark and it got you somewhere. Not knowing if you were going to make it. Literally only being led by the fire in your heart. And there's so much respect for you for that. This is something that's already happening. This is already something that's happening. It's something that people are starting to realize about you. People realize that you are fertile in more ways than birthing a child. You are fertile in ideas. You are fertile in the ways you speak. You are fertile in the experiences that you've had and what it has taught you. You are fertile in all these different types of ways. People watch and listen to you more than you think. People think about your words more than you think. People see you more than you think. People recognize you more than you think. People know more than you think. You ignite fires within people, and yet your fire is contained. You ignite fires within people. You don't do it by burning others. You do it by inspiring. You give epiphanies without even knowing. You give so many words of wisdom that people, it could be the simplest thing. Okay, this is weird, but there's this game. It's like a kind of a weird game. But in the game, there's 3 girls and they write poems differently. One of the girls writes very simple. One of the girls writes very deep. girl that writes very simple things, it is so deep, no matter how simple it is. It's like one of those things, sometimes the greatest teachings are the ones you first learned in the very beginning. In the very beginning. Sometimes when you're stuck, you need to take a step back instead of keeping on trying to move forward. Sometimes when you don't understand what you're looking at, you need to take a step back. You ignite this type of thinking within others. And that's a collective message. I've been working so much these past couple weeks, and I've been meeting people, just so many people that are so spiritual and have all of this spiritual knowledge, and it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful being able to say that I work where I can just talk to people about this type of stuff. Find your spiritual, the between of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. Find the balance. Whoever I'm talking to, you think not in a mundane way. You think in ways that not many people would understand. So find the balance, because it can be so easy to see the world so mundane. So mundane. And you know what's crazy? I just realized, going back to your imagination, going back to how you used to believe, see the world, when we're kids, we can sit here and imagine all these things. We can grab a stick and pretend it's a wand. We can literally create a whole city just off of our imagination and play in it. So for the piles, So for the piles, we have these two crystals. Pile 1, pile 2. Pile 1, pile 2. So we're gonna start with pile 1, and immediately this pile, it feels a lot lighter. The energy feels a lot lighter. Something about salt, something about the collective message in the beginning. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. There's something about undertones, the undertones of things. This pile may be able to read auras or something like that. This may be something you're tapping into right now. Oh, what is going on here? Yes, this may be something that you're tapping into in this energy. And it can be confusing. There could be something confusing or something that you're having a hard time understanding. But it's connected to some type of spiritual gift that you're facing. Some type of spiritual gift. You could also be getting into being a little bit more healthy, taking care of yourself a little bit more. Something like this. There's also something about imposter syndrome. Do not feel ashamed of who you are. Do not feel ashamed because it makes other people uncomfortable. For at the end of the day, even if you make someone else feel uncomfortable, there's a reason why you're there. There's a reason why you're making that person uncomfortable. And the best thing you can do is be uncomfortable. Not in a bad way, like, making someone uncomfortable in a bad way, like creepy guy, you know what I mean? I mean, belief-wise, whatever you're doing, if you're making people uncomfortable, you're making shit shake. You're making shit shake. Like a creepy guy. I had to throw that one out there, you know what I'm saying, What is the collective that picked this pile? Let me take it right now. Self-healing. Yes, there is a lot about realizing this world that you hold within your hands. The tarot card, I don't remember, I think it's the Two of Wands, where he's holding the world and he's holding the staff. I don't remember what card it is, but there's something about that. Hold your passion and hold your fucking vision in your hands and fucking make something out of that shit. Clay could be significant. Do what sets your heart on fire and rest. Relax. Let yourself feel safe. Let yourself feel safe. And if you don't feel safe, give yourself the environment you need to feel safe. And if you don't know what that is, it's time to start doing some self-digging. Where do you feel comfortable? Where do you feel like you can breathe? Where you can let go? Where you can sit there and say, I'm okay, and everything's gonna be okay, and I don't need to think about anything right now. You are a leader at heart. You lead by example. You do not lead by forcing it. You lead by example. You lead with your heart. You will always be in the right place no matter what decisions you think you've made that are not the best for you. Because at the end of the day, it's all a journey. And a journey would not be a journey. It would not be enjoyable if you just got there in one little path. One little path. Sometimes we have to go into a room and solve a different puzzle before we can return to the original path. Sometimes we have to discover ourselves in different ways, in different trenches, to be able to continue our main path. Something about the Wizard of Oz is coming through. When the scarecrow was getting eaten by the birds and this and that, and the hay was getting taken out, I don't really remember too much about that movie, but I know for a fact that at the end of the day, he was okay. He was getting his, his insides ripped out. But he's a scarecrow. He's made of hay. They weren't really hurting him. Sometimes things happen where you think it's hurting you, but at the end of the day, it can always be put back. Realize that you are more in control of your life than you think that you are. I'm also being drawn back to the crystal. This is orange or tangerine or something like that, selenite. This is all about creativity, cleansing that feeling. You might feel like you got taken away from things that made you happy, things that lit you up inside, things that you might have thought would never even turn into something for you. So why even try? Why even bother? But at the end of the day, it's what lights you up inside. It's what helps you in different areas of your life. When a car is running on the best conditions, it goes farther. When a car is running off of the wrong gas, it does not go far. Give yourself the right gas. Give yourself the right gas, because that's exactly what's going to make you be able to go farther than you've ever imagined. That's exactly what's going to give you the energy to keep on going. Something about breath work. And belts as well. Something about belts. And the sun. You are a beautiful being, full of love and light, full of wisdom and knowledge, and peace and war. You are a beautiful being. Katniss Everdeen is coming through right now. There also might be a message in pile 2 for you. Katniss Everdeen was the most amazing character because she always did what she felt. I don't know why I want to cry, but she always did what she felt was right in her heart. A lot of the time she didn't let people know because she knew she had to play it smart. You are a work of art. Allow yourself to start. On to the next message. That was a really good reading. That was a really, really good reading. I enjoyed that one. That was beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful angel. Love your imperfections, every angle. Tomorrow comes and goes before you know. So I just had to let you know the way that dress look on you amazing. I swear you are a beautiful creation. Okay, so there's definitely something about money in this pile. some money. You have been finding a balance between what you have and what's being given to you. You may have realized that you have been holding yourself prisoner and saying somebody else was doing it. You are a dual being. Something about yin and yang is coming through. There is light within the dark and there is dark within the light. There's some type of, I knew this reading was going to be heavy. I knew this reading was going to be a little bit heavy. The first reading was a little bit lighter. But there's something about a power imbalance within yourself, within your life, within the relationships with people around you. I think you give people power over you more than you should. You have no reason to worry about whether a person is trying to do something to you, whether a person is trying to get behind your back so they can. You have no reason to worry about people's true intentions with you. You will know. You always know. You have no reason to worry. Know that when you worry, it makes you some type of slave to that worry. It puts you in those shackles before you've even been put in those shackles. It's like putting yourself in those shackles. Do not worry about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. Do not worry about what you already have and how it could be better, because at the end of the day, there's always a way to see that it is better. We can sit here and say, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, I wish I had this. But there's some type of perspective that's always there that you can look from and say, actually, right now, things are fucking great. Things are beautiful. Things are exactly the way I want them to be. You can worry about work. You can worry about your car, your relationship. But anytime we wish something, it's because we already have it in some type of way, yet we refuse to see it. And I'm not talking about the ability to fly, even though we have the ability to fly. Everything is perspective. Know that you are only a prisoner if you choose to be a prisoner. Know that nobody can fuck with you the way that you've been fucked with before. Because at the end of the day, When you know better, you do better. And if you know somebody has some type of weird intentions to you, then you already know how to move with them. You can sit here and say, I wish I didn't have people that messed with me like this. But nobody can mess with you like that. It's just you realizing that somebody's trying to mess with you like that. In actuality, they can't actually do that. But if you take it too serious and you jump before the gun shoots, then that's when you disqualify yourself from the race. Do you understand? Something about the sinuses being clogged as well. I've seen there might be like, you might want to like massage the sinuses up here as well too. And if you see red, I don't know, something about seeing red right here on somebody and right here. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means to you, but it could be significant. You are always standing exactly where you're supposed to be. You are the greatest person to be you. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt what you're here for, because you are the greatest person to be you, and you are always doing exactly what you're supposed to do. There are a lot of bad people out there. There's a lot of messed up things out there. But there would be no good without messed up things. Truly. There would be no balance if we just got rid of all of it. There would not be. All the problems, all the problems we see within the world today are problems that our ancestors saw within the world. We can sit here and think that everything was so perfect with our ancestors, you know, before they were colonized, before they were massacred. But at the end of the day, they probably still had their own problems. They had their own wars. They had their own disputes. No matter what, there will always need to be a balance of shitty things and good things in life. Know that when you're having a bad day, a good one's coming. And know when you're having a good, great fucking day to be fucking grateful, because who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Enjoy that fucking day, that great ass fucking day, to the fucking fullest you can. You are so beautiful and you do not even know it. You are so wise and you do not even know it. You are so aligned and yet you do not even know it. You may recognize it, but you do not know how truly aligned you are. It would blow your mind. There's so many things that we may not realize, so many signs that we may not even see. And yet, the things we do realize, the signs we do see, they still touch us. And yet we do not even see the bigger picture. Pile 1 may be significant to you. The name of the game is self-love and changing your perspective. for you, beautiful souls. I hope you have a great day, month, year, 6 years, 20 years, 40 years. And I pray only goodness and greatness for you. Have a beautiful day.